Greetings viewers and welcome back to my channel where gaming and anime is my specialty. And today we're talking about the stand Blue Hawaii, which belongs to the rock human Dolomite, and also known as Masaji Dorakuma. And in this video we're talking about the stand's strength, weaknesses, and explaining the stand's power and overall just how it was used in the JoJo series. Without further ado, straight into it. First off, let's talk about the stand's appearance. Now, the stand itself is an artificial close-range humanoid stand. It lacks a head and has feet with 4 large points. It has mechanical tiny little arms which are extremely small compared to the rest of its body. And the whole stand is blue colored with cracked surfaces, and it has bones decorating its entire form. Now, most notably, the skull has an animal skull hanging around its crotch. Now, it has little wings on its back as well, and on its shoulder blades area, it has little holes into it. The stand's appearance, in my opinion, looks like a weird, deformed, headless blue chicken, in my opinion. I know it's kind of a weird way to interpret it, but, you know, whatever. But yeah, now let's talk about the stand's actual ability. Now, the stand itself is a close range type stand, but it's not a close range power type stand, which means it doesn't have any combat abilities whatsoever. However, its actual stand ability is very deadly and almost ends up, defeating Josuke entirely. Now, the stand power for Blue Hawaii is called Mind Control Contagion, which basically means that Blue Hawaii has the ability to take control over any living organism so long as he has touched them at some point. Now, for instance, Dolomite uses this by using one of his teeth to take control of a young boy and make him attack Josuke. Now, when an organism is touched, it will be invaded by Blue Hawaii, and the skeletal design that was on Blue Hawaii will turn up on that infected organism. Now, for this ability to work, this contact must be physical. Whether it be flesh or blood, it must make physical contact to a person from to be infected. Now, once an organism falls victim to the Blue Hawaii ability, they will be rendered to a zombie-like state and will relentlessly perform a specific instruction like chasing after a specific target, or doing any other miscellaneous tasks that Dolomite wishes. Also, once a person or animal is under the Blue Hawaii's control, they themselves will be, able to spread the infectious power. Whether it be flesh or blood, once the infected organism makes physical contact with another living organism, the infection will transfer over. Now, however, the stand cannot possess more than one living thing at a time, so once the infected organism is under different control, the infection will just transfer over. Now, what I mean by this is that, for example, when the first attack started, it was a little kid, but the little kid got some of his DNA onto a old woman, and then she started to be under control, and then it kept on spreading and spreading until eventually it made contact with Josuke. Now, the big, weakness of the stand power is that whoever's under Blue Hawaii's control is that they can only move in a straight linear path to reach their designated target. They are unable to move left or right or up or down or climb over any obstacles or even move any obstacles. They can just keep going straight, aiming for their target. Which means that if a car or a bus or something like that is in the way, they would just keep on hitting and hitting and hitting it until either they break or the object that's in the way breaks. Now, this stand is automatic, as I said, so once Dolomite infects one person, the person under control will just keep on chasing, and whoever, gets infected until the designated target is acquired and under control of Blue Hawaii. The stand is actually very dangerous and almost ended up defeating Josuke. The stand itself can't really be defeated, or, it wasn't shown to be defeated, because this ability is one of those stand abilities that, is more actually easy to find the stand user and eliminate them than try to fight the stand, you know what I mean? This kind of reminds me of the Sun stand from JoJo that Stardust Crusaders. The stand itself was so dangerous the Crusaders could not fight him until they actually ended up fighting the user, and then they destroyed him. That's all for the stand's power and abilities. It's a pretty simple ability, it's just a minor antagonist stand, but I really enjoy Blue Hawaii due to the fact that not just his ability, I love the close range stand that it has, however it doesn't have power abilities, because as you know, I am a big fan of long distance type stands, which is why I love Red Hot Chili Pepper and Hierophant Green, stuff like that. But I'm also a big fan of close range stands that don't have power. stands like, you know, In a Silent Way, or the Darby Brothers stands, or Love Deluxe, stands like them, you know, stands that have, you know, their actual power has some range on them, but the stand itself, you know, has to stay close to the user with little to no physical power on them. But yeah, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you have a like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.